The life and impact of Babe Ruth. Following the harrowing World War I, a dark cloud of despair had settled over America. The war had left Americans scarred for life, wary of other nations, which prompted them to develop a strict isolationist foreign policy, sectioning themselves off from the rest of the world. America was in need of a hero, someone who young Americans could look up to, someone who would spike interest in American culture. Enter Babe Ruth. Armed with a host of spunky nicknames, a mob of adoring fans, and an unstoppable swing, Ruth would transform American baseball and society forever as the first modern-day American celebrity and would come to be a personification of the American dream. George Herman Ruth Jr. was born February 6, 1895, in the slums of Baltimore, Maryland, where he resided with his German immigrant parents and 7 siblings, only 2 of which would survive to adulthood. Ruth was immediately introduced to a rough nativist America. Due to his parents bearing the status of immigrants, they were subjected to America's poor treatment, especially since they were German. In order to provide for their giant family, Ruth's parents were rarely around. They worked grueling hours in a tavern. When his parents were around, it wasn't often a positive experience for Ruth. His father was a rage-prone alcoholic, and his unhealthy behavior heavily rubbed off on Babe. Due to this, he would spend his childhood stealing liquor and starting trouble on the streets. In response to this shocking behavior, Ruth was enrolled in St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys, where he would discover the sport that would transform his life. Ruth was a natural at baseball and garnered the admiration of all of his peers with his superb abilities. Baseball was also the determining factor in helping turn Ruth's risky behavior around. If it wasn't for baseball, I would be either in the penitentiary or the cemetery, Ruth commented in an interview. Babe's talent in all things baseball drew the attention of Jack Dunn, the owner of the Baltimore Orioles, and in order to sign the underage Ruth to his team, Dunn legally adopted him, prompting fans to call him Jack's Babe, which was eventually just shortened to the iconic Babe. Not too long after his debut with the Orioles, Babe was traded to the Boston Red Sox, where he became a valuable regular in their lineup and a well-known player among baseball fans. In 1919, Ruth was sold to the famous New York Yankees for a record deal of $100,000. With the Yankees, Ruth's baseball career took off as he smashed records upon records. Hordes of Americans scrambled to purchase Yankees tickets just so they could witness Babe in action, and baseball game attendance soared beyond anything any team had ever seen before, with an impressive record of over 1 million attendees in the 1920 season. It was undeniable that Babe had an immense influence on American culture. His influence reached every corner of America. There wasn't one household in America that didn't know Ruth's name, and children nationwide found inspiration in his humble upbringings, which only stimulated belief in the iconic American dream. Previously, the only famous, heroic figures America had were politicians and war heroes such as Theodore Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson. Following Babe's fame, a new generation of sports-based celebrities sprung up, such as boxer Jack Dempsey, swimmer Gertrude Ederle, and golfer Bobby Jones. However, Babe remained superior to all of them. The shift in societal focus of politicians to celebrities can be seen in Ruth's salary in 1930. He was being paid $80,000 a year compared to President Herbert Hoover's $75,000. This has a lasting impact seen today. Celebrities are paid millions upon millions of dollars, greatly outweighing any politicians or government figures. Babe also started the trend of celebrities appearing in advertisements. Throughout the 1920s, he was the most desired figure to promote companies' products and constantly appeared on billboards, the newspaper, and product packaging. Babe had single-handedly transformed the significance of sports and celebrities in American culture, and his lasting impact is still seen today, as athlete stars are as relevant as ever. Without Babe Ruth, figures such as LeBron James, Mike Trout, and Michael Phelps wouldn't be in the spotlight now, and the masses' likely idol would be a politician rather than an actor or an athlete. Although Babe is long gone, he's far from being forgotten. A Babe Ruth exhibit is proudly displayed in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame after receiving a staggering 95% of the votes in 1936. Babe is still a relevant figure in pop culture as well, and was recently featured in Jeep and MLB commercials. His influence can be seen in small aspects of life. The popular candy bar, Baby Ruth, is named after him. There's even a TV series in the works that will explore Ruth's extraordinary life. Babe has also kept his massive, loyal fan base. In 2012, a baseball signed by him was auctioned off for an astonishing $388,000. Babe Ruth, one singular person, made big waves in American culture and society throughout his 22 MLB seasons in multiple ways, bringing baseball, now dubbed America's pastime, to the limelight, furthering belief and popularity in the American dream, and lifting Americans' pride in their country and heroes. Through the ages, Babe Ruth was and will always be an extremely impactful figure in United States history, and deserves to not only be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, but the A-Push Hall of Fame too.